Hey, this is Alyssa Brooke. Hey, this is Alyssa Brooke. Hey, this is Alyssa Brooke.
I've been a fan of Halloween since I was a kid, and you've played Laurie for 44 years now. How does it feel to know your time as her is concluding? And do you think we'll ever see a return after Halloween ends?
Do things that make you feel good about yourself, not do things to change the way you look.
If you had a murder mystery party dinner,
Yes.
who would you invite and who do you think would be the killer? Now, Jeremy said he think you would be the killer.
Yeah, everybody thinks me.
I don't know why. I mean,
I
see
do.
that.
I will.
I mean,
maybe.
Is it just is it
I
the
think
hoodie? Is it? What is it?
Aniston, if she was the killer, ever, I have to say she would do it in such a fun, sweet way. That you'd forgive her.
We wouldn't even mind.
Yeah, you'd be like, why does it smell so good? I just got killed, but it just smells nice.
Well, I don't. Let's see. I'm gonna say of our cast.
Cast, friends, anybody from any former projects.
Spade seems like he
Oh,
would.
Spade.
David Spade might
Yeah,
kill
Spade.
somebody. Yeah.
Spade would do it. Nick.
Nick Swartzen did
Swartzen.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Now, I love these two movies. Would you guys be open to like a mini series where there's like an episode where you guys are solving a crime in each episode?
Would Scooby-Doo? 1,000%. I would definitely do that. Yeah.
Hey, Scooby-Doo, Netflix, whichever. Although that was one of my favorite shows growing up too. So
Yeah, that was a good
Can
one.
you do Scooby?
No.
I can. You
do
ready?
it. Then do it right now.
Thank you.
So the movies I like has something to do with sleeping.
A perfect Disney movie. Wow, a lot of talented and committed people. This is it takes a village. This is a big effort, but it is here. It is here. This movie was gigantic, and the amount of talent put into this, not only in front of the camera, behind the camera, the crew was incredible. So I'm very grateful to all of them.
And I went to Florida to Disney. Is it Disney World, Florida?
Disney World, yeah.
And I do remember going on the teacups, and I remember Rocky Mountain. Is that
Space
the right?
Mountain.
Space Mountain.
Yeah.
Come on.
Space Mountain.
I know. What was your first experience?
Rocky Mountain's my ride. Yes. that I should
No one
give
wants to
rides
go
to
on.
in college.
So weird.
Huge fan. So the film is definitely very like feel good, and we've grown up on generations of Disney. How was it for you both to be part of a Disney animation original?
It was a dream of mine to be I've done Disney movies, several in fact, but the first time being a Disney animated character, and it is a dream come true actually. And the experience was incredible. It was took a year and a half. I never saw my other actors, we were in a recording booth, and over a period of a year and a half. And then they described what the movie was going to be, but then to see it was way beyond anything I thought.
And then
World has been raising the bar with each new installment
than I ever did as a young girl, where you just kind of had blocks to play with, which were fun, but nothing like what the innovations they have now.
I read that you fought hard to get this movie made. Why was the Lost City important for you?
It reminded me of the olden days, where you could laugh and cry, and you had beautiful scenery, you had a location that made you fantasize about going to it.
Villainy is motivated by quite sort of pathetic things, like he's quite bratty and just desperate to impress his dad. So yeah, there was a lot of fun stuff to kind of latch onto with him.
It is to play younger, right? You can't fake innocence.
We actually created a digital Will Smith at 23 years old. It's fascinating to see. It's a whole new technology.
Yeah. 20 years ago, you have to cast somebody look like him.
When I take my dog on a walk, I end up talking to people that I probably wouldn't have if I didn't have my dog.
You both care for a dog, so you empathize with each other on a level.
Though she could see that Jimmy was a great guy, she wasn't ready to let that in. And the dog's getting closer together.
Kind of bridge that gap.
Yeah.
For you, Daniel, what is it that kind of draws and brings you and Jordan back together all the time?
We're aligned in terms of what we want to do and our ambitions, and just reaching loads of people, but not compromising quality and craft whilst doing it, and just putting amazing messages and really thoughtful messages in really exciting packages.
And going from messages, what are some important lessons do you think the audience can learn from Nope, for both of you?
They're aware about spectacle and their relationship with attention, and what they have control of not looking at. You know what I mean?
That's become the norm, and I think it's also very human, but sometimes it's unhealthy, and so I think it's definitely going to shine that light back on all of us.
With Hollywood Unlocked. So great to meet you. Big
Yeah.
fan of everything you've done.
Thank you.
You're probably tired from all of these interviews, so I'll
Nope.
try and keep it. Now, this character that you play in The Beekeeper is so different from your other characters, and I think from your personality. How did you get in character to play this, like, I would say man-child who also has no regard for anybody but himself? Even his own mom almost gets it, so.
Yeah, he's a bad dude. You know, it's I haven't gotten many opportunities to play a character or anything like this. So for me, it was really exciting to try something this unhinged and wild and out there.
Hi, this is Alyssa with Hollywood Unlocked. It is so great to meet you both. I want to give you your flowers. This film deserves an award. Ingenue, your performance, I was in tears. And Ava, you're constantly, I can't believe I'm sitting here with both of you. So I just want to say that before I even start, because I was in tears last night watching it. So I have to ask, Ava, my first question is for you. What captivated you about this story, and how did you approach bringing it to the screen when many were like, "This is not adaptable as a film"? So how did you approach that?
I think one of the big things that made me want to adapt it is because people said it wasn't unadaptable. I'm just stubborn that way. So if someone said you can't do it, that's just going to make me want to do it. But also the ideas in the book were really captivating to me. I was curious. I wanted to know more about it. And so when I do that, when I start researching, when I start, digging into things, now and then something will call to me that it wants to be a movie. And so this one truly did. The book is fantastic, and I wanted to translate those ideas so that more people could understand the ideas.
Now, when you first heard about Isabel Wilkerson's story and what Ava was bringing to life, what was your initial reaction?
Wow. Well, thank you. Thanks for taking the time. I was an enormous fan of the book. Enormous fan. I'm an enormous fan of Ava's, and Ingenue is my favorite actor working today. So I really jumped at it. I didn't see any path possibly to take a book that is so unbelievably rich and nuanced, and that at its core is this sociological philosophy, and to be able to put that on film. I didn't know how that was possible.
There were so many moments where I was crying, but I also, found hope and just never giving up and holding out belief. And I also very heavily in believing in God. But what's your advice for others who are going through something similar or are just looking for the light in life?
You just got to continue to have faith and keep working, setting goals for yourself, believing in yourself, being willing to take chances, and also finding ways to communicate how you really feel with people. I think there's lots of people out there who'll be willing to help. You just have to kind of, raise your hand or, reach out to somebody.
Definitely. Now, the film, touches on accomplishments, hope, sadness, grief, happiness. What would you say your greatest accomplishment is in your career in life?
Hopefully raising 4 happy, healthy children. Obviously it's still a work in progress, but so far so good. And look, leaving behind a legacy that goes beyond what I've done in film, and hopefully the contribution that I make to, young people especially who are growing up in similar circumstances and face adversity and difficulty, but can overcome and, despite the odds, do some incredible things.